opportunity will never come back. If it comes to a door, right, grab that actually. I'll tell everybody, right, if you have the right people to work with you, that's very important. It's ideal to start here to create job opportunities for the campus graduates here. We have close to 50% of our employees are campus graduates, come and join us in the last 7.5 years.
Courage is the commitment to begin something without any guarantee of having success. Today we are going to have a conversation with one such personality who has shown that courage, adapted to that change, and then became successful. Let me introduce to you Prasad Krishna Pillai, the VP and Managing Director of H&R Block India. Welcome to this podcast, sir, and welcoming every one of you to Technopark podcast, Aspire Stories of Innovation. So today we'll talk very casually, maybe something from the past, then present, and then move on to the future.
Absolutely, looking forward, Karthik.
You had a very successful stint in UST and then you moved on to H&R Block. So what motivated you for the transition and how has that journey been so far?
I can get into details about H&R Block. Before that, I want to talk about a little bit of UST. The reason is I was in Singapore Citigroup before that. Actually, due to some personal reasons, I want to come back to Trivandrum. That's my home city. So I came into Technopark, no clue, zero idea of how technologies are companies in Trivandrum. So what I did is I came in with my resume, like 5 years experienced person that time. I was roaming around, nobody was even bothered about to get me a job. But when I came to UST, the day one I came in, attended an interview, everything happened in 2 hours, I got a job. Okay, think about a person without an idea, getting a job in 2 hours is phenomenal, right? So definitely from a database admin, I spent about 15 years there in UST. It's a transformation journey from a database admin, then to an architect, then to a manager, then to an account manager, then to a director, right? It's a transformation. I went through a lot of mentors and coaches, including, I want to highlight because it's not great if I am not mentioning the names, particularly Arun Narayan, Arun Subramani, Vivek Sarin, the list goes and on. Transition me how to handle people from an individual performer to a team manager, and how to really what customer need and work on it actually. And he also insisted me a model where I need to read books to understand what needs to be done. So it's a transformation journey. There are a lot of people moving from UST to H&R Block. It's not a easy journey. It took about 2 months for me to even decide whether I need more or not. Initial decision was not to do it, but one thing which my mentors told me is, mentors both in the UST or outside of UST told me is, opportunity will never come back. If it comes to a door, right, grab that actually. So then it's a transformation journey, right, from an H&R Block starting with no experience in building any company, right, I have done that in the past actually, no experience, but some strong people came with me to build it actually, about 17 people. We worked together from zero we build the HR, we build the finance, we build the legal, we build the facilities, we build the technology team. It's not easy, right? So it's a journey, but it's not just about me. It's about a lot of people working with me to make it really effective. From a 0 to 2,500 employees now in Trivandrum and Hyderabad together it's something which is always in my heart actually. So yeah, that's the journey. So
you have a very personal attachment to UST even now. That's what I understand.
Absolutely, yeah.
Has there been any turning point which has really helped you in your growth in this organization?
I'll tell everybody, right, if you have the right people to work with you, that's very important. Get the right people around you, they will definitely ensure that we are working together to successful. That is number one. Number two is primarily my either peers or my bosses in the Kansas City, they also want this model to be successful. Okay, they did a bold decision to start that in Trivandrum, though many of the agencies said it's not the right place, but they did the bold decision, let's start in Trivandrum. But at the end, if you turn back, we are the great place to work, number one company across India, across all industries. So everything is possible. Most importantly for me, the turning point or the real change which made is the people around us and the people both in India as well as the US. They really want this to be successful. Only point my boss told me is, I want to hear only bad things about you, not great things, right? That itself is create the boldness, and you can do anything. Nobody is going to ask you questions. That's the most important thing, which makes this engagement successful so far.
Trivandrum and Kerala are emerging as strong and powerful IT hubs, right? So, what motivated you specifically to start off in Trivandrum rather than maybe Bangalore or Pune or any other places in India? Why Trivandrum?
Two things. Of course, now I am from the local here, so definitely the heart is here. And number two is, always Kerala is known to be the most literate state, right? About close to 100% of literacy. And I also looked into the overall colleges and schools available in the city right now, and city and across Kerala. There's a lot of good colleges, and people always go outside of Kerala to get a job. It's ideal to start here to create job opportunities for the campus graduates here. The real reason is being local, and second thing is literacy rate is high, good colleges around, and provide opportunities for now people outside of Kerala to be here. We have close to 50% of our employees are campus graduates, come and join us in the last 7.5 years. So that's a lot of young crowd. If you take out the management out, it's our age group is about 27 years old average. So
okay, that's great. Yeah. So Technopark and the infrastructure, I believe it has helped a lot in lot of ways.
Yep.
But what specifically Technopark and the ecosystem in Technopark could help you so that you can bring in more talent here in terms of talent acquisition, maybe industry partnership, and also infrastructure for your organization itself?
Technopark, right? Normally, if you look into it, many of the other states they do local buildings, the local real estate will create it. But the good thing with Kerala is especially it's been owned by government actually. Now, so it's very easy for me to tell even my partners and peers in the US that now it is a government owned property, right? The trust is very important, right? Trust is very important, so that really helped me. And being now always we talk about strikes and hartals in Kerala, but in the last 8 years not even a single day affected in Kerala because of strikes or hartal. That itself will say, right, the value, right? Because hartal might happen, but it's not happening for quite some time, but even if it happened, our operation was not affected at all. So and then you have power supplies being run by government, then we have water supplies all the time, and it's very secured for everybody, right? That Kerala is known to be for more security, and people can come in. We have people from Himachal, probably about 22 states people are here in Trivandrum, especially from campus, right, from Punjab, Jalandhar, Himachal, Jammu, but at the end, right, they all feel more inclusive. One is we create an inclusive culture, but also Kerala is known to be that they can speak the language. So all together, right, now we look into various aspects. One is Technopark, the government, and the overall culture in Kerala is very supportive of having it here. Yeah, it's more, another fact is it's green, right? No air pollution. Yeah, no air pollution. Air is clean. There are a lot of factors to that too.
Yeah, so. Right. So speaking about talent, attracting talent and retaining that talent, that has been a great challenge, especially in the IT sector. So any specific strategies which has worked for you there?
It's a trade secret, but no, it's okay. I can share it for others to really listen into. When we started H&R Block about 8 years ago, the branding for the company was it's zero, I would say, because in the US it's very popular. Every 5 miles radius we have an office there, so people are aware about H&R Block. But if you look in India, it's zero branding. It's very difficult to get the talent. Yes. So what we did is we thought to create two things. One is creating a more participatory culture where our people taking care of people, so they feel right, they really belongs to this company. One. Number two is we also in parallel started thinking about how can we create a brand. That's the reason we went to create this great place to work, right? We are third year we attempted and we got into top 100 actually. If you look into turn back like 6-7 years now, last year we got number 2 in India, across India. The current year we are number 1. The reason is it's not about getting the certification, it's about creating that culture of care and inclusivity and belonging that makes a real difference. So your employees are not treated like an associate, like a bodies or people, rather they feel that it's their extended home. So if you look into the COVID time, right, many companies ran into almost 40% attrition. Ours was like a lower stuff like 15% or less actually. The reason is they feel this is the right place for them to work, and we have a reboot week every year, like 10 days off in July. That is nothing but now people want to just go back and reboot, like relax and come back 10 days so that they'll be fresh actually. So we give a lot of employee wellness programs associated to that. That really help us to retain the people, retain the talent. Our top talent retention will be almost 100% in the last 8 years. So that's the real reason. It's about care, people, belonging, and inclusion. That's what I would say.
Right. Recently, we had the GTech Marathon in Trivandrum, which was one of its kind. Supporting a cause, drug-free Kerala, right? And H&R Block was the title sponsor for the same. There has been a lot of CSR initiatives which you do as part of giving back to the society. Any special initiatives which you would like to mention on that aspect?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good question. The reason is we have a program called we call as BSR, Block Social Responsibility. We have inside that there is a flagship program called Block Shelter. So far we constructed 10 houses for the single mother, right? Now we have a team really focused. They call it BSR team. They go really validate. They take nomination. Really go validate the trust factor. If it's real one, we go help them actually. Okay. With that, actually, we constructed 10 houses already in the last 4 years. We are doing we're doing 2 more. It's going in parallel now. But at the end, right, the most important factor is when we go hand over the keys. I don't get into that lot, but when I go hand over the keys, I can see the happiness, right? When I really go hand over the keys, right, you can see their eyes with tears, with a lot of happiness actually. That makes a huge difference. So I keep on telling everybody. Last time our CEO came in, he handed over a key also. But the difference is not about spending money. It's about the effort put in by our Block Shelter team. They do a lot of weekends. They don't even take they don't take even company cabs. They take their own car, go every week, spend time. At times I have seen them even cleaning the houses, painting them. Think about it, right? A house, they're really looking for a house. They don't have a place to live, but getting houses to them, it's a big deal. That really touches the community, our people also. But it's a hats off to that particular team there who does it selfless without any follow-ups. That's tremendous actually. So
yeah, it's great. So just out of curiosity, this BSR team, it is a standalone team or it consists of everyone like developers, QE, everyone, they also belong to the same?
There is no CSR BSR team like that. It's all our engineering team, our non-IT teams together. It's more about it's their passion, right? They put money also. It's not about companies CSR fund. They put about 30% of the money. They pull in money, and they also put at least 30 to 35% of the money from apart from their effort they put into build this shelter. We have, in addition to the same Block Shelter, they do multiple programs connected to Be the Vision, doing cataract surgeries and giving glass out to the people. And we also have a program which Be the Talent, which is more about promoting athletes in the city across Kerala.
Okay.
So we have multiple programs, but Block Shelter stands truly unique, because it touches the really needy people. So
right. Recently, H&R Block India won the title like greatest workplace to live in, right? Any specific initiative or anything specifically which has been done to get that recognition?
It's about the care, right? It's about the people care, most importantly, because it's not about auditing alone. It's more about, right, people, they will take surveys, and about 95% people take the survey. That's participation. Number 2 is it's about how well the company is treating their associates, right? And then there is a cultural audit also where we talk about various initiatives. So most important thing is, one is the care and the people, and also I would talk about there are 13 to 14 initiatives driven by the associates, purely driven by the associates without any management involved. So all these are connected to our people, process and technology, right? People is more about social responsibility and all those things, and the sports, and then process is more about, right, various initiatives trying in the company, and third one is technology driven. Like there's a program called Block Hub to drive the hackathons and technology initiatives. So all together, right, we create an environment. People, we don't say as a team, right, working for Australia or Canada or US, we talk about single H&R Block team. It's more about togetherness makes us really unique actually. So that really, I would say the people and the culture we created help us to get to number 1. Indirectly we may get some branding, but there's a lot of people factor there. So.
Do you have any specific initiatives or to support women? I'm not saying like women need extra support, but again, anything of that sort.
If you look, there is a program we run as called Women in Block. We call as WinP. It's completely run from our team both in Trivandrum and Hyderabad. We are not separating women and men at all in the company, but at the end, the reason behind WinP is Women in Block is primarily to whenever there's a help you require, right? Especially it's not, even if your boss is a man, it's very difficult for the male, it's very difficult to articulate for a women associate, right? Now if it's very specific to women, then this particular group, right, it's a group of people ranging from various experience level, from seniors till juniors. So these associates can go and talk to them very freely, right? Okay. And within WinP we have different programs connected to women empowerment, but at the end this is an avenue where associates can go and talk to them and communicate if they need any help. It's good or bad, they can do it, anything. So it's primarily that's the reason we have this group. It's going very effectively. That's when I talk about 13 initiatives, WinP is also one among them actually. We had a Women's Day program right before the Women's Day, because this year it happened on a Saturday. But we also have we are planning for a month program. It's happening throughout this month, and we have a big program coming on I think March 26th with the chief guest coming in. So that's what we do. One. Number two is the Women in Block also coordinate a lot of wellness program sessions, so that it's very specific to women. Right now they get doctors to talk to them and take care of their needs actually. So that's happening too. We normally keep a 43% women population. It's not specific. It's not happened because of with a purpose, but it happened by itself.
So being the VP and MD for the company, right? Has there been any occasion in which a person came to you asking for help or telling you about some problem, something like that? Has there been any particular scenario like that?
It happens a lot actually. Oh. Because it happens because sometimes it's human nature, right? Sometimes the processes will take more time. At that time, associates might get frustrated and they might come and talk to me. But at the end, what I do is I may help them. I may not help them directly. Sometimes I may help them with an easy one, or else I'll talk to the real, understand the process and see how we can fast track actually. But instead of me taking the credit, I would rather say do it right through the right process, so that most importantly, right, one is listen. You have to listen to your associate, number one. Number two is, if there is anything which is stopping the process too slow, it should be an yes or no. An answer is no means it's no with the reason. If it's yes means they are successful, they are happy, right? So at the end, your point is correct. You will have to, once you have this correct culture, people will come and talk to you. But it's okay, right? Because that's what you need to do. Because at least 30% of your time should go for employee welfare and listening to them.
With the onset of AI and the rest happening in the world, so how does that help the tax tech industry, which is evolving daily?
Yeah. So again, research and development and AI going to play the role, right? Especially if you look into the generative AI, because nothing was talked about earlier. In the last 12 months, if you look into it, it started playing a huge role. You don't have to code, right? Now your Gen AI will help you code it. Actually, all you have to do is do the prompt engineering. Right. So world is changing, right? Now if you look into all the new gen companies, right, it's all technology is driving their client acquisition. So customers expect that actually. So so that means you have to put at least about 25% of your time for research and development and innovation. Definitely we have multiple products still in India, so that I cannot open up various projects, but at the end we are putting a lot of efforts in doing research and development and creating more products connected to the artificial intelligence. One thing which I can highlight about is currently earlier we used to do a lot of chat supports and physical chat supports. Now we are putting a AI engine where now AI chatbots can reply back to the tax questions asked by customers too. We have quarterly hackathons happening. Hackathons across the company we call as Open IT. So Open IT means open. It's open. You have to create your own idea and generate solutions. If you look into the last two hackathons, pretty much about 75% of the solutions like MVPs are through artificial intelligence. So that means with a purpose. Otherwise people will learn it and they will not use it. Yeah. But these hackathons will help them to we name as Open IT and create some real POCs, and even then they get an opportunity to even demo to the leadership. Actually, leadership means CEO and just one level below. So think about a fresh graduate sitting in Trivandrum can present to the CEO of a Global 1000 company, it's phenomenal, right?
Yes.
And they put a lot of effort. We have a Toastmasters club. Really, they created I've seen transformation of the stage fear, right? How can they do? Some of the kids they can really talk with really good body language, and the way they articulate is phenomenal.
So as a company, you are growing and reaching heights, right? So along with that, enabling your employees as well to grow, that is one side. But again, enabling your partners to grow or few other service providers to grow. On that context, do you have something to tell us?
Yeah, absolutely, because we keep a 60-40 model, right? Within Technopark, we work with at least 10 companies. They also help us get people through, so that now our vendor ecosystem also can grow and they can get benefited also. It's not about money alone. So for immediate needs, right, if you are looking for people immediately, the partners can help you the right people, and at times they also provide solutions and suggestions to us also. So the partner ecosystems, it's a mutual. We get the right people and right information, but equally now they can also grow along with us. That is number one. It's on Technopark, but we also have other like a cab services, security services, hospitality services. We use them too. So at the end, it's not about employment alone. As once companies like H&R Block coming into the city, it also help grow the city by itself too. And when I talk about Technopark, one thing also I need to highlight about is, right, when we started 8 years ago, no brand, and getting a facility, setting up facilities, it was very difficult. Technopark, the CEO and his director peers really helped us to get a facility where it's more like a plug and play, right? We are ready. All we have to get is your laptops and connect your your monitors, and you are ready to go. So definitely this ecosystem really helped us to really set up our systems right from start, and they've been a great partners throughout the journey. And we meet up with all the time the CEO Sanjeev. He is also a big promoter of our Block Social Responsibility program. He visited us at least twice or thrice for this program. So
any specific advice which you would like to give to the young entrepreneurs, who are trying to step into this corporate world? Any specific advice?
Yeah. One is you have to be very curious, because technology and business is changing, it's evolving. Unless you learn the technology and adapt to it, or learn the business and adapt to it, it's very difficult for you to survey. So you have to unlearn things and do things based on the evolution of how the world is going. Number one, that's curiosity. Number two is primarily you have to really be resilient actually, because 2 out of 100 only ideas will only be successful. So once there is a failure, you should not just you should believe yourself and start working on it. Actually, be resilient means there will be setbacks, but you should step back and say, hey, this is okay, let me come back again, right? That's very important. And third important thing is, for everybody in technology or non-technology industries, build network and through relationship actually, because that will play magic. Because now for me, one of the successes, I even keep connect with the folks who, when I started my career 25 years ago, I still keep connect with my bosses, friends, everybody. So one point, they'll help you with some ideas, thoughts, even some business ideas too. At the end, right, I talk about being curiosity. Second thing is being resilient. Third thing is primarily keep the network strong, and then value proposition, right? All the time think about, if you are doing something, keep on adding the value. Think about it. You should not be happy with what you are doing. Always think about what's going to happen next. So value proposition, value chain should move up. And finally, one more point I would say is integrity. So all this together, if you are not able to deliver, be open. Could be good means I can deliver, it's a good news. Even if it's a bad news, being proactive and do it. The integrity is a key role. These are the 5 factors I would consider for anybody. It's not about entrepreneurs, it's about even anybody who is getting into this space, getting into leadership role. They have to be proactive to do these things actually. Right. That's based on my experience.
Yes, great points on that. So I hopefully, like young entrepreneurs or even any person who is stepping into this corporate world, they'll hear this out and they'll get aligned to all these factors. Thank you so much, Hari, and thank you so much for being here today. Apart from your busy schedule, you were able to find time for this. It has been a great privilege talking to you. It was a very informal conversation. I hope you enjoyed it too.
True, I really enjoyed. It's a privilege to be here. Thank you.
Until we see next time, this is Kartika signing off.